First, though, for the past 2 years, enormous efforts have been made by frontline NHS workers to fight COVID-19.
Yes, and at the same time, though, work's been happening in other ways behind the scenes.
At the recently formed Innovation Lab in Newcastle, NHS scientists are linking up with companies around the world to test new ways of controlling COVID. Our health correspondent Helen Ford reports.
This device is a potential new weapon in the battle against COVID. It's described as the next generation of PCR test, one where the sample is analysed on the spot and the result comes through in about 30 minutes.
It allows you to do testing in places that you wouldn't have been able to do previously, so closer to patients or in workplaces. Rather than wait 24 hours for a result, they get a result back very quickly, and that allows them to continue on with their lives or isolate as they might need to do.
This PCR test was itself tested here at the NHS Innovation Lab in Newcastle. Established a year ago, the lab is working with companies around the globe to discover whether new techniques to pinpoint COVID work accurately. County Durham-based firm Kromek has partnered with the lab, testing a surveillance system to detect COVID particles in the air for use in places like airports and schools.
It is about not having to react to something, so we are a step behind the problem. We need to be a step ahead of the problem. And by being a step ahead of the problem, by having that data in real time, governments, authorities, agencies will have much better way to react, contain, and keeping citizens safe.
So far, much of the testing here at the Innovation Lab has related to COVID. But the work that's taken place here over the past 12 months can now be used to combat other viruses and other conditions.
We started off with COVID, but we are branching into different respiratory diseases. We are also looking at oncology projects and projects to do with sepsis.
I think we've come a long way throughout the pandemic in terms of testing, so I think we should capitalise on that and make sure that other diseases are better met with improved diagnostic tests.
This lab was established as a direct response to the pandemic. The aim is to harness the expertise gained so far for the future. Helen Ford, ITV News, Newcastle.